Tidro was a very lively child. Everyone loved him, his family, his friends, and teachers, but he had a weakness. I was unable to live in the moment, had not learned to enjoy the process of life. When I was at school, dreamed of playing outside. When I was playing, dreamed of summer vacation. Tidro was dreaming all day long without taking the time to savor the special moments of their daily lives. One morning, Tidro was walking through a forest near his house, decided to sit and rest in the crowd, and in the end fell asleep. After a few minutes of deep sleep, heard someone shout his name in a high-pitched voice. By opening the eyes, was surprised to see a woman standing next to him. Must have been about 100 years old, and her hair was snow white, fell on his back like a ragged blanket of wool. In the wrinkled hand of the woman, there was a small ball, with a mirror in its center, and from him came a long golden thread. The old woman told him, "Tidro, this is the thread of your life. If you throw some of it, an hour will pass in a matter of seconds, and if you throw with all your strength, it will take months and even years in a matter of days." Tidro was very excited about this discovery. "I could keep the ball?" he asked, and the old woman gave it to him. The next day, in class, Tidro felt restless and bored, suddenly remembered his new, by pulling a little of the golden thread, found himself in his house playing in the garden. Aware of the power of the yellow thread, immediately got tired of being a schoolboy and wanted to be a teenager, thinking about the unknown that this phase of his life could be. So he once again pulled the golden thread. Suddenly she was already a teenager, and I had a beautiful friend named Eliza. But Pedro was not happy, had not learned to enjoy the present and to explore the wonders of every stage of his life. So he took the ball out and threw the thread again, and many years passed in a single instant. Now he was transformed into a grown man. Elisa was his wife, and Pedro was surrounded by children. But Peter noticed something else. His hair, it used to be black as yellow, and now it had begun to turn gray. And his mother, whom he loved so much, had become old and sick. But he still couldn't live the moment. So that once again pulled the thread and waited for changes to occur. Tidro proved that he was now 90 years old. His black hair had turned white, and his beautiful wife, old woman, had also died a few years earlier. Their children had grown up, had already started their own lives away from home. For the first time in his life, Tidro understood that there was no letting you enjoy the wonders of life, had passed through life in a hurry, without stopping to see all the good things along the way. Tidro became very sad and decided to go to the forest where he used to clarify his ideas and temper his spirit. Entering the forest, warned that the little trees of his childhood had become imposing robles. The forest itself was now a natural paradise, lay down in the snow and fell asleep soundly. After 1 minute, heard a voice calling him, raised his eyes, and saw that it was the same old woman who, years ago, I had given him the thread. "You have enjoyed my gift?" she asked, and Pedro did not hesitate to respond. "At first it was fun, but now I hate that ball. Life has happened to me without me knowing it. Unable to enjoy it, I skipped sad moments and great moments, but I have not had the opportunity to experience neither of the two. I feel empty inside. I have missed the gift of life." "How sad. But I will still grant you one last wish," said the old woman. Pedro thought for a few moments and then spoke. "I would like to become a child again and live life again." That said, he fell asleep again. Again Pedro heard a voice calling him, and opened his eyes. Who could it be now is dying? What would not be his surprise when he saw his mother standing up by his side, had a healthy and radiant youthful appearance. Peter understood that the strange woman of the forest had granted him the desire to return to his childhood. Pedro jumped out of bed at the moment and began to live life as expected. Had many good times, many joys and triumphs, but that didn't happen until he made the decision not to sacrifice the present for the future and start living in the now. Many times, we neglect the present and focus on the future without realizing that it is important. Fill our present with moments of quality in order to build our future. Let's not let life pass us by. There is no way to happiness. Happiness is the way.